Do you want to be able to sell your products or services on video and on stage, but you're afraid of coming across as too salesy, that people may not like you, that it's going to be cringeworthy? Maybe you've been through these seminars where people make these hard sells and it just completely turns you off. And instead, you'd love to be able to effortlessly offer your product or service so that your ideal clients are actually excited to purchase from you. Well, if that's the case, I'm Mattiello, founder of Speak with Confidence, and I'll be sharing with you 5 tips today to help you increase your conversion rate when you're making these offers so that you're able to do that without this nerves and fear, but instead with actually excitement because you're really standing for transformation for your clients. So stay tuned. The first thing that comes up when people come to me and they go, I want to be able to sell my product or service on stage, but I'm having troubles with it. Before we even get focused on the audience, first we have to go within. Because I always share with my clients is you have to sell yourself first. That's before you get on any stage, you make any offer, the ultimate sale, it's about selling to yourself. And this is one of the biggest mistakes people make is they get so focused on, how do I get these clients to buy? It's not about that. It's about selling yourself on your worth, on the value, on the transformation. So step 1 is think about what transformation is going to happen for your clients. The product or service that you're offering, think about how it's going to change their life. And that's the piece that we have to come from. Because when we're getting ready to make that offer, all these fears and doubts are going to come up, but we have to first connect with what is it that we're actually offering for them? What's the value there? Because you're actually doing them a favor by offering your product or service. You've spent so much time developing it, and that's the biggest piece. First, connect with the value of your product or service. The second is to seed the offer up front. Now, this is a big thing that happens. You maybe have been through these seminars before or to a talk, and you sit there and you're going through, it's going well, and then it's like, boom, out of nowhere, this comes up. It's like, hey, buy now, and you just get so caught off guard with it. Recently I have this spiritual teacher that I've been working with for months. We have an amazing relationship. And it was just simple miscommunication because I thought we were getting on the call to have a regular coaching call, one of our bi-weekly calls. And instead we start having some chit chat. And then it's like, hey, look, we need to chat. We need to change how we work together. And I'm like, oh, okay, sure. And she starts going into detail, like, look, I hired this business coach, and we've been working together for months where we do our weekly calls, and it's $100 US for the 1 hour. We have our 1 hour call, and that's how we've been operating. And she's like, look, I hired a business coach, and I've changed all my products. And now if you want to maintain my services to secure them, I need a $10,000 deposit up front, and I'm going to create a 1-year program for you. And that's what's needed to move forward together. And I was like, whoa, first of all, the seeding of the offer was off because I thought I was getting on the call to have a regular coaching call. So I wasn't anticipating it. And my instincts, everything just completely shut down. I was like, nope, don't feel good about this. Feel like caught off guard. And that's the thing, if it's not seeded correctly, it just completely throws off the dynamic, and your instinct is going to be to shut it down. So always see the offer. So that was that situation. Plus 2, it was the framing of it where I was looking at just weekly calls. I wasn't ready to commit to a program of a year. And the other piece too is asking for a $10,000 deposit up front. It led to way too many questions in my mind because I'm thinking, if it's 10 grand for the deposit, how much is the program going to be? And why would I put a deposit down without knowing the total cost of it? There were so many gaps that were there that were really important in terms of framing your offer. It's let the person know how much it is up front, and then the deposits to secure that. Because a confused mind will always shut down and will never make a decision. There's going to be some excuse they're going to put it off. So when we're framing the offer, make sure that we seed it early. So even myself, when I do my seminars, I tell people right up front, first day, I do have a mastermind. It's called the Thought Leader Mastermind. It's an amazing collection of kind-hearted, impact-driven entrepreneurs. And on day 1 of the seminar, we come in to speak with confidence, and I say, look, tomorrow I'm going to make an invitation to join the Thought Leader Mastermind. And if it aligns with you, I'd love to have a chat. If not, that's totally cool. But it's about seeding it up front. And actually, in my last seminar, after day 1, one of my clients, she direct messaged me on Instagram after day 1. She's like, hey, I had such an amazing day. Like, I want to join this mastermind because I'm so upfront with it that in my binder, I put the brochure right there. because I want people to see it. I'm not hiding anything. It's like, yeah, we have this mastermind. It's amazing. This is the information. This is the price. Everything is up front. And so when they're able to see that, that allows them to be able to move forward with ease because they're expecting it. So as she messages me that night saying, hey, I want to join the mastermind. How do I do this? And I go, okay, thank you so much. I'm really honored by this, and I'd love to work with you. And tomorrow, I'm going to make the actual invitation. And so that's the power when you see it up front. You're not hiding anything. It's complete transparency. And that's a piece that people feed off of so they know. And they actually get excited to join. And that's a huge shift. So always seed the offer up front. Let them know. Even if you're doing a 1-hour talk, at the end of this talk, I'm going to invite you to join my program. I'm going to invite you to buy this product or service, whatever it is. Let them know that at the end there will be an offer made. So you don't want to catch people off guard. That is gone. Those days are gone. Now it's about being completely transparent and authentic. So that's the second one. Seed the offer up front. The third tip in this is when you're making your offers, focus on the transformation it's going to make for them. You know, this is one of the biggest mistakes that I see people make is they get up and it's like, hey, yeah, this is a product or service, you know, this is how much it is to buy. People only buy transformations. They buy a product because they see a solution to their problem, but they want to see that result of what could possibly happen for them. And I mean, we have to look no further than those late night infomercials that have all this fitness equipment on there. Every single person's bought the Bowflex or P90X or the Gazelle with Tony Little. You want to go back in the day. All of these, they bought it because they had a transformation in mind. Now, if they use it or not, that's secondary. But everybody buys it because they see what's possible. They think about, oh, how my life could change. The only reason somebody's going to buy and overcome all that resistance is when they see the transformation in their mind. Like, okay, this is going to help me go there. Every single sale where I've not had an ideal client that said yes, I look back at it, it's because the dream wasn't correctly framed. They weren't able to see it. And if they're not able to see it, they're not going to buy. It just makes so much sense. So every time that you're offering your product or service, get through the features and all the benefits of it and the structure of it, but most importantly, focus on what's the transformation they're going to get when they say yes and they jump in that arena with you. Fourth tip to be able to make your offer with ease and confidence is to stand for their transformation. So in the previous tip, I talked about describing the transformation, and then when you make your offer, this is something that's common, it happens all the time, and it really throws some people off. There's going to be this discomfort in the air. The energy somewhat shifts where people are like, this is decision time. You know, and especially if you offer a more high ticket item, they have to put a lot of thought into it. They're going through their budgeting, they're going through the risks, they're going through the fears of what if I buy it and it doesn't work out for me. All these fears are going to be going through their mind, all these questions. And so you have to allow them time to think and process. And so that's one of the biggest lessons that I've learned on this journey is when you make that offer, embrace the discomfort, let it sit. Because my old habit, and I see this happen all the time, people make the offer and then they run off. It's about sitting with them, really coming back to, this is the decision for you. Okay, this is what's possible. Just let them sit with it, because as they're sitting with it, they're going through everything that they need to go through to then make a decision. It's either going to be yes or no, but give them time and stand for their transformation. Because a lot of times when the hesitation pops up, the fear pops up, it's all ego-based. It's, oh, this is uncomfortable. I'm making people feel uncomfortable. I'm making them feel awkward. I don't like how this feels. All these negative feelings come up. And it's about sitting for it and really standing for their transformation. I know for myself in the Thought Leader Mastermind, every single person who has joined has completely transformed their life. Okay, because there's so much introspection. We've cultivated such an amazing community. And it's about sitting with it. Because if I rush it, if I just get off and I get sidelined by these fears, I'm ripping them off, because if they jumped in, it would completely change their life. So really stand for their transformation and overcome your fears and focus on how it can help them. The fifth tip in becoming able to share your message and make your offers with ease, it's to really focus on walking your talk. And this is one thing that I see so often is people, I'll talk to them and they say, hey, I still struggle selling my high ticket program, or my mastermind, whatever it is. And I ask them, I go, are you part of a mastermind? Have you joined a high ticket program? And they go, no. It's like, okay, if you haven't done it yourself, you're not familiar with the emotions that you have to go through. And that really gives you that credibility, that feeling of what to sit with. I remember the first time I purchased a higher ticket item. It was a $7,000 coaching program, and it was only 6 weeks. And we had a call every week. And I was sitting there, and I remember the offer was made, and in my head, I was expecting it to be about $4,000. And then it comes up and it's $7,000. I'm thinking, oh man, 7. I was really hoping for 4. That's what I kind of had in my mind. And the individual, his name was Amir, he's amazing. He really stood for my transformation because he asked me, he goes, look, if you buy or not, it's irrelevant to me, but I want you to get clear with what are the fears that are popping up right now holding you back. And what came up for me was, I was thinking, because he was making the offer to a good friend of mine right after, and I was afraid that if I said yes to this and then I told my friend, and he'd be like, what were you thinking? It was a horrible idea. Like, I can't believe you'd invest in that. I was afraid that he would look down on me, that I would look stupid, that I would look dumb. And you know, I was honest with him. I said, that's what's really coming up. And he goes, this is an opportunity for you to make a decision for yourself. This isn't about your friend. This isn't about outside opinions. This is about you doing what's best for you and for your business. And you know, that's a moment that I sat with it and I said, yeah, okay, let's do this. It was a real turning point in my development because I invested. And I remember that night, I had a sleepless night. I was thinking, oh God, did I just waste $7,000? Like, what if this doesn't work? All these fears. And I woke up in the morning and I said, look, I got 2 options. Either one, I'm gonna fully commit to this and make the most out of it, or I'm just gonna completely write it off. And that's why I showed up, and it was a tremendous shift. I actually pulled in $24,000 within 3 weeks after doing it. So it was amazing. I invested 7, I launched a program, made $24,000. It's like boom. But the bigger piece was that inner transformation. And so that's the thing, is you have to walk your talk. If you're offering high ticket services, you have to be in them yourselves to know the emotions that it goes through. Okay, so that's a really big piece, is walk your talk, know the emotions, know the journey that you're leading your clients down, because that's what's going to allow you to have that alignment and the integrity to make it an offer with ease, with confidence, because you're speaking from your power. So these are 5 tips to help you go from being awkward making the offers to feeling more confident and more comfortable standing for the transformation, because as entrepreneurs, the ability to make that impact comes from being able to sell your service. This is a necessary piece for it, to stand for that transformation, to make your offer and put it out there. So I hope it helps. Put it out there, make that offer, because that's how we're changing the world. And if you want help with it, let me know. Go to levelupliving.com/apply. That's actually the Speak with Confidence application page. And if you have any questions or comments, please let me know. Make sure you watch your videos. And if you know someone that would benefit from this, share this content with them. It'd be meaningful to help them advance their career.